joined forces today with Rahim Mastafa of Sugarbox Studios, photography company based in Cardiff. Rahim is the man behind the Cardiff Now and Then pictures featured in the Cardiff Echo. Can you tell me a bit more about that, how that came about then, Rahim?
I joined a Facebook group called Remember Old Cardiff, and I posted some pictures of the old postcard pictures that you see, and went back to the same location and took the picture as it is today, and then put them in Photoshop and blended the two together, and I posted it on the group, and lots of people liked it, lots of comments. And then 2 days later I had a call off the Echo, and they said, "Seen your work, love it, we're going to do a 2-page spread on it." And then they said also, "We'd like to offer you a weekly column if that's alright." So every Saturday now in the Echo, I have to send them in a picture, and I just travel around Cardiff, and I've got access to the archive, which is great, all these old pictures, and I go back to these locations. So that's what we're going to do today. So got a picture of fair water, so that's what we're going to try to recreate now. So we're off to that location, and hope it'll turn out alright.
And do you have problems sometimes finding the right location? You get somewhere, think this looks like it, then find actually it's not quite the right place?
Well, a little bit, but what I often find is that often there's a shop, there's a truck in the way, or a van or something, or there's cars constantly driving past, and I just can't get the right spot. So that's probably my biggest issue.
And I think we're nearing our location now.
Yeah, I'm just going to park up by there now. Looking at it from memory, I think we need to go over by there, so we'll find the spot and then we'll come back to the recording. Yeah, could actually work. It is, it's right by there. Sometimes what I like to do is also to incorporate people from the modern day, because then I can put somebody from the past right next to somebody in the present, and it just, you just think, wow, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, somebody, whoever they were right here on this spot, right next to this guy, and people may recognize people. I've had people email me saying, "Oh yeah, I was the baby in that pushchair," or "My grandparents owned all those shops," and things like that, and that's what we really like about doing this sort of stuff. So I've just taken a shot. I tried to just do a quick sort of check to see how the shot lines up. So I'll just literally hold it like this, compare the two together. I'll look for certain features between the shots, like, I don't know if you can see this, but in the old shot you can see the curb on the side. I think, right, okay, I got the curb, I've got the building here in the background lining up. I've got the line in the middle of the frame pretty much of the curb by here. That's it, I think I got it. Magic. So that went fairly well, didn't take too long to do. There's a few things that can make it quite tricky when you're trying to line up these shots. It can be simple things which you may not even notice in the original picture, that when you then get it back, when I get it back on the computer, I'm like, ah! It could be things like the position, how tall the person was who took the original picture. I have to guess roughly, within even just a couple of inches really, where they position the camera. Even the tilt of the camera, because obviously if they tilted it down a little bit, the distance is going to be that much further down in the image. And then there's also focal length. The shot that I'm shooting today on a modern camera with whatever lens I'm using, the image may be a lot more compressed than what I'm getting, so I have to move back, zoom in, all these different things. I just try a quick shot, and then I'll fix it in Photoshop as much as I can and just bring out the details.